Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Just going to do another one of No Mr. Nice Guy, part 4. Let's get into it. So, part 4. Part 4 essentially covers chapter 3. However, it's going to be a lot of information, so I'm going to break it down into different parts. Right? So, it's chapter 3. Learn to please the only person who really matters. Because nice guys are chameleons, right? They become whatever they think it is or whatever it takes to fit in. Sorry, to fit in underneath it, to fit in, right? And underneath it all, they're not sure who they really are anymore, right? They lose themselves because they're always trying to please and fit in with everyone else. And as a second point here, nice guys frequently do the opposite of what works, right? So instead of actually fitting in or getting along with everyone, they end up pleasing no one, including themselves, because they do the opposite of what works, right? Because you all know that person who says anything just to make you happy. No one trusts them, right? So by trying to please everyone, nice guys end up pleasing no one, including themselves, right? And in order to get value and win the others' approval, right? So in order to get value and others' approval, they focus on themselves, right? In other words, they focus on the physical appearance, talent, intellect, something they do, right? Or even something external, attractive wife, cute child, nice car, in order to get value and to win people's approval. Right? Essentially, what this is, which is what we will cover in this one, right, is um, attachments, right? So nice guys attach their identity to things, people, right, to try to convince themselves and convince other people that they are valuable, right? Without these attachments, nice guys don't know what else about them anyone would like, right? So they're under the belief of without any of this stuff, without the car, without the wife, without the fancy stuff, they have no value, right? No one would like them, no one would love them. So being a nice guy is the ultimate attachment, right? Attach value to everything, and without it, you have no value, according to the nice guys. Right, let's go to the next part, right? Right. So we covered in the previous video, I might link it up here. Because of their toxic shame, right, it's impossible for nice guys to grasp that people might like them and just love them just for who they are, right? Because of all the shame and toxic and perceived flaws, you you are forming to a different mold under the belief that if you fit in with this person, they will love you. With an actual fact, that does not work, right? So they hide who they are, right? And they believe, well, their core belief about themselves is that they are bad, right? Nice guys. Whether they know it, as we covered again in a previous video, you have the I'm so bad nice guy and I'm so good nice guy. Especially the I'm so good nice guy. This is a very deeply held belief, core belief, that they are oblivious to, right? They do not know it's there. Um, and so they have this core belief that they are bad. And if anyone gets to know them or gets really close to their core belief, well, getting to actually know them, they think that they will discover the same thing, right? They'll still see how bad I really am. So they try to avoid that and be whatever they think you want them to be. That's the next one, right? So Robert Glover. Oh, how nice guys use attachments, right? So we say, as we said, attachments to things and things. Robert Glover gives an example. He uses Cal. Cal tries to get external validation by always being in a good mood, driving a nice car, dressing well, having a cute daughter, and having an attractive wife. Right? So we'll just use one example of how Cal uses his attachments to get approval from people. Right? So one of the ways he does is he uses his daughter to get approval. Right? So he uses his 14-month-old daughter, does this simply by making her have a good outfit, taking her into the public, and then everyone is like, "Oh wow, such a cute child," you know, "Oh, wow, he's such a good dad." And then he is attaching his value and identity to the acknowledgement he thinks he will get from being a good dad. People comment on his daughter, makes him feel good, makes him feel that he's approved, right? Which is essentially wrong, right? You're using your child as gratification for yourself, the tool to get approval. Um, yeah, that's how nice guys use attachment. So that's an example, right? So there are other examples. You always gotta have what's another example? A clean car, right? So your car always has to be spick span, not because you want it or you feel it's good, but because of what people might think if it's dirty. There you go. There's an attachment for approval. If it's something that you truly feel that you enjoy having, a clean car, for example, then that's good. But just notice how you use things to gain approval from others. Let's go to the next section. Right. So in this section, here's the breaking free activity. This one is a bit of shorter video. So how to see ways that you are getting approval or seeking approval from others, right? And write down a few things. So write down, if you have the journal or if you just have the piece of paper, it's fine. But if you have the journal, write it down there. Write down some ways in which you seek approval from others. Right. So again, in Robert Glover's book, No One is a Nice Guy, he gives examples. Right. For example, looking unselfish, being different from other men, never getting angry. Right. These are just a few examples that I took from his book. These are ways that people seek approval, or nice guys seek approval, right? Um, so some of them I have that I do is not getting angry at people, right? So if someone does something I really don't like, I pride myself on not getting angry, getting their approval that way, which I gotta stop. Looking like a great father. I do have this one sometimes. Not sometimes, quite a lot. It feels good when you're walking around in public and people comment on your child like, "Hey, what a cute child, what a great father." You do feel kind of nice. I have felt that it has kind of become an attachment in a sense. um, Doing everything for others, right? So if you're always getting up and doing everything for others so that they could like you or think well of you, that's another attachment that I have, that I do. Another major one that I have that is really off-putting or puts you down a lot, always asking if it's okay to do something. Right? This one should not be the case. You should just be able to do it. Obviously, if it's something bad, don't do it. But in general, if you have an idea, I want to start a YouTube channel. Don't try to get approval to it, get people to back you up on it. Just do it, right? Another one is I give up on what I actually want for the other person. So if we're gonna go out or something, and they say they want this, and I want, say they want pasta, and I want steak, I will generally give up the steak to go eat pasta for them. That's something I also got to work on. Uh, Non-threatening voice. This actually my girlfriend pointed out a while ago. I was on a phone call with someone I worked with, and obviously when I was done, she asked, "Why do you talk like that?" I used a non-threatening, passive voice, um, basically bowing down to the person, even though there was no need to do that. So there's another thing of attachment there. Another one, never offending anyone. This one gets me very, again, nice guys avoid conflict. So this one can get very panicky, or never offending anyone. If there's problems, trying to keep the peace, always being nice joins that one. So that's just a few of them that I have, a few attachments that I do. What else? I don't really have the looks ones. Yeah, I think that's about majority of them, the big ones that are impacting at the moment. But yeah, I think now, so just for this activity, I would say go sit down, think about the different ways you seek approval, right? That makes you feel good, or that you want people to see you as, see how that affects your decisions that you make on doing things. Like, do you go for Robert Glover's example of Cal that goes to the park with his daughter? Does he go because he wants to go to the park with his daughter, or does he just go just for the approval, the attachments, right? You can look at a few things in your life, write down a few ideas, right? Well, thanks for joining me on this video. We'll do the next one. See you. Comment. Tell me what you think. Right? Comment some of your attachments. Let's have a discussion. Great. Cheers.